These are the surprising facts about apple cider vinegar that nobody ever tells you about. Hey Wellness Warrior, I'm Dr. Zyrowski, and apple cider vinegar offers incredible benefits to your overall health, and it's inexpensive, which is a double win. Here's some of the facts that are so cool to know about it, and also important if you're going to use it. We're even going to get to the big scam, which you got to watch out for this. But let's start with go organic. The reason we want to go organic with apple cider vinegar is because apples are amongst the most highly pesticide sprayed foods out there, which of course pesticides are a neurotoxin, and that's why they're effective at killing bugs. So what we want to do is not get pesticides in our apple cider vinegar. And there was even a study out there that showed that 90% of apples that were washed still contain pesticide residue because of course it gets into the apple itself. Avoid the pesticides and just buy organic because there's going to be a far less likelihood that you have pesticides in your apple cider vinegar if you're buying it organic. And the honest truth is that organic is very common anymore with apple cider vinegar, so it's not even hard to find. This is kind of an interesting fact about apple cider vinegar too, and that's that many people think it has this amazing nutritional value, and that's why it's so powerful for your overall health. It really has nothing to do with its nutritional value. It has everything to do with the fact that it has acetic acid in it in a high amount. Now, of course, apple cider vinegar also is fermented, so it's going to have some enzymes and probiotics and some of those benefits, but acetic acid is the real winner here. There's 4 key benefits to apple cider vinegar in using it regularly. One is going to be weight loss. The next is going to be driving down your blood sugar, which is going to help you reverse insulin resistance. It also is going to help with bloating and improving your digestion. And then beyond that, it also helps improve your cardiovascular health. There's studies that show that by drinking apple cider vinegar, you'll drive down cholesterol, bad cholesterol, and also triglycerides. That's pretty cool considering the #1 cause of death, preventable death, worldwide is heart disease. Now, the best way to drink it. Now, when you talk about the best way to drink apple cider vinegar, you almost have to talk about the #1 way not to drink it, right? And that is by just taking a glass of apple cider vinegar and drinking it straight. It's going to burn your throat, it's going to burn your stomach. It's not going to be very pleasant. So, when drinking apple cider vinegar, my favorite way to drink it is, first of all, get a big old glass of water, fill it full of ice, because the more ice you have, the colder it is, the easier it goes down. Now, the other thing I like to do is I like to put things like cinnamon in it. I like to put maybe some stevia, some monk fruit, sweeten it up a little bit. And then you can even take it a step further. You could put some sea salt in it. I personally like to actually take an electrolyte powder and put it in because the electrolyte powder already has a flavor to it. You put it in there, it actually is really good. So there's a lot of ways to drink it. And even when you look at the best time to drink it, whether it's before a meal or after a meal or on an empty stomach, it's really preference at this point. Just make sure that you're getting it in around 1 to 2 tablespoons per day. Basically is what the research shows works really well. And it even seemed to be a little bit dose dependent, meaning that if you maybe had 3 tablespoons, it worked a little bit better. Now, the big scam, and this is something I want you guys to watch out for, because as apple cider vinegar became very popular, all the marketers on the internet basically said, hey, look it, we can actually make a lot of money on this. So they started making a lot of really bad apple cider vinegar products and then promoting them to you as a health producing supplement or a health producing gummy. And the reality is that many of these different gummies out there are all full of sugar. It's like, what if I was to recommend that you had a supplement or a gummy that reduced inflammation, but in that supplement, I put the very thing in it that was going to increase your inflammation. And that's the same thing with all these gummies out there. It's like, well, one of the key benefits to apple cider vinegar is driving down your blood sugar, yet they're full of sugar. And then a lot of the supplements out there, when it comes to apple cider vinegar, they are just plain old acetic acid that don't even come from apple cider vinegar. Essentially, what you want to do is if you're going to use a supplement, you want to use one that has come from apple cider vinegar. It was derived from it. It had the mother, which means that it has the probiotics and the enzymatic benefits as well. And so that's what you want to do. And what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description to one that I have used over the year. It's the only one I've ever recommended because I believe in it. And it actually is derived from apple cider vinegar. Overall, I think that the liquid's a great way to go, but I understand it's not for everybody. And a lot of people don't like the flavor of it. But watch out for a lot of these scammy things, because I can tell you if you go to a health food store or most supermarkets, you're going to find apple cider vinegar gummies, and they are typically totally trash. I have never found an apple cider vinegar gummy that I approved of. I'm Dr. Zyrowski, and if you like this video, I think you'll really like this one right over here.